By the end of the summer, I predict, maybe sooner even, that Donald Trump is going to apply martial law. Things are going to turn nasty over these ICE raids. And if you haven't already heard, there's some pretty major ICE raids going on in Los Angeles at the moment. And it's, what can I say? It's a little bit scary. Now, there is some retaliation, and quite frankly, it's deserved against the ICE fascists, the militia, the little Nazis, resurrectionists, basically all those who were pardoned by Donald Trump. And one official just said that you should think about the those who actually work for ICE, and they have families, they're families. That's what he said. Well, so do all those people that you're gathering up and treating like criminals, and women, children, young teenagers, men, absolutely anyone. There's just no holds barred as far as the ICE are concerned. If in their mind you're a so-called illegal or, just an undocumented migrant, or even if you are documented, even if you've got a visa or, it might have been revoked, because the rules had changed, the goalposts had moved, you are now being subjected to ruthless actions by ICE. Now, yesterday, for me it had been last night, the ICE raids got in Los Angeles have included the National Guard now and the LAPD. They've all got in tow with ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement Militia. I'm beyond words, to be honest. I really am about it all. It's shocking. And they wonder why Canadians don't want to visit the United States. You can't wonder either, can you? Really? Look what's going on. Black Hawk helicopters are landing in Los Angeles full of munitions for the National Guard. There's military transport vehicles there, big old green things with loads of, probably National Guard, clamouring on the sides of these vehicles and going up and down the roads and what have you. Some of the vehicles are being attacked by those who have got a pair of balls, in Los Angeles, throwing rocks at them, smashing their windscreens and stuff. And I say, do it. Sorry, don't turn to violence and stuff like that. As long as you're not actually hurting people, and if you're destroying their means of actually being able to perform their so-called duty in their minds, well then, quite frankly, sod 'em. That's how I feel. Come back over here, you. I'm on the gimbal. It's got a mind of its own. And I know some people are going to say to me, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't do that. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. I know evil begets evil, but just don't do any physical harm to anybody, Not like these bloody bastards. They're quite happy to hurt you. They are. Get what they want. And they've been applauded by the fascists out there, the MAGA. In fact, some of the MAGA actually, hang on, this is what we voted for. That I can appreciate, I don't know. But, let's just freeze that exposure a little bit, because it's just going up and down all the while. But it's, as somebody living here in France and just watching everything that's going on, I'm not an American citizen, I'm a British citizen living here in France. And although we have our fair share of protests there, they know how to protest in France, I promise you, they really, really do. They could teach you a thing or two that they could. I have to admit, You are learning. You are learning. You have to disable their means to do their business. That is what you got to do. I'm sorry to actually say these words, but quite frank, well, am I? Not really, considering what's going on. But that's going to be the only way. You've got to remove their way of getting their work done. You know, disable their vehicles. Also, dox the buggers, like I said before. If you know who these people are, put them on bloody online. You know, make sure everybody bloody well knows. Make posters up if you don't want them. You know, people know it's you. Make posters and go in the middle of the night or something and stick them on the blooming letterbox. Have you seen this man? Or something stupid. He's a criminal. You know, they even use tactics that maybe are not even connected with ICE. I'll tell you what, I am a vindictive bastard. That I have done some stuff in my past that is clandestine. Some people say, well, you can't do that. Well, I think the shoe fits, you know. If I think somebody actually really deserves it because they're completing that arsehole, I'd be doing all sorts of stuff. I really would. In the sense of actually accusing these people of actually things that maybe they haven't even done. If they're working for someone like ICE. Seriously, I would. I put a poster outside the school and call, have you seen this paedophile or something stupid, even though they're not. You know, they won't know it's me. No, I just print the bloody things out and then I do cuttings out of magazines. Like in the films. I am a vindictive bugger. Then there's loads of things you can do. I was the kid at school who would put the flip and cling film on the toilet seat. Or super glue. That was me. If there's somebody I didn't like, it's a good idea. I live in the middle of nowhere. Before I get locked up. I just feel that something has to something's going to break, right? And I don't want to be the innocents, because the ICE are not innocent. Something has to give. I hope that there are some half-decent Republicans out there who will say, well, actually, this isn't what we expected from Donald Trump. He gave us all these bloody promises. Never start a war! And all that shit. What a feckin' liar. What an absolute bloody liar. It really is. And it's, now what's he doing? Pretty much affecting martial law and people. National Guard on your own people, for Christ's sake. That's like the UK getting the SAS into, well, not the SAS, because National Guard's nothing like the SAS, but anyway, getting British soldiers out there to attack its own people. Actually, I think the National Guard's probably more like Dad's army, aren't they? Oh dear, I am lost for words, actually. I never, for the life of me, imagined this could ever happen. That they would turn to Black Hawk helicopters to facilitate their war on the people. Because that's what it is. This is a war on the people. Remember, a lot of these people who were protesting, they are American citizens, just going about their lives, and they're disgusted at what they're seeing happen to their communities, to the people that their kids go to school with, parents, been taken away from the children. They're fucking going into the courts now and grabbing people directly from they're not even getting to see their probation officers and stuff. They're not allowed to now. All the appointments are being cancelled. Not probation officers, I mean probation. Well, then they would have their visas removed, wouldn't they? No, the immigration people, you know. I just probation. I can't believe I just said. Are they probation? I don't think they are they? But yeah, I don't know. It's just. Okay, let me just get my phone. I've got a few things on there. I know it's just going to be a bit on the long side. Remember what bloody pocket I put it in? Oh, it's that one. Hear all the birds? I do like the birds, I do. We're doing rewilding here in France as well. We're planting loads of trees. I do like planting trees. And there's people on the channel, actually, subscribers on the channel who have got their very own little trees and stuff, you know. Oh, the sun's come out briefly. Yeah, so where are we now? Here we go. Well, it's not on there, is it? That's on my, bear with me. There we go. I don't want to switch account. There we go. Oh, here, this is...
Dan, just in the last few minutes from the Border Patrol landing at that Homeland Security office on the Paramount side, right next to the Home Depot, and they are unloading this huge helicopter with, I mean, just boxes and boxes, dozens of boxes of ammunitions, less lethal weaponry. You see these tanks with flammable labels on the side, one after another, an entire shipment, as if they were getting ready for some kind of a major battle. I mean, it really has to be said, this is a remarkable sight in the middle of a suburban street here, where they are just unloading all of these weapons, carts full of boxes and flammable weaponry. So you can see that it just made its own parking spot.
So that's a Black Hawk helicopter. See, I'm not kidding. In Los Angeles. If you are going to be out there, maybe you need to tool up. Quite frankly, this is going to be a full-out war. This is going to be a civil war. It really is, and it's going to turn nasty. People are going to get killed. This is my belief. I might be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. You know, in the day, I don't live there. You know, all I'm basing what I'm saying is on what I see. What I can see what's going on. You know, I'm going lightened up a while, but you know. And now, if I go back again, there are individuals throwing. Oh, hang on, there you go. It's inside one of the National Guard trucks. Smashed the windscreen. See it? Look at that. All smashed up. But what do they expect? Quite frankly. Now, if that was a riot van in the UK, that'd have like wire netting on the windscreens, over the windscreens. You know. Yeah, I don't know. This is going to end up being really, really bad. Let's just turn that off there. Don't want that on. There you go. Not that one. Not that one. I'm getting my videos. These videos I keep in my Hold on.
This is live. You see the images. It's continuing right now. Less than lethal rounds as we speak. These crowd dispersal tactics being used on a group of protesters that are protesting in Paramount, California. Those in the area basically call this Compton. It's outside of a Home Depot.
Keep the supplies.
Where protests began earlier today, and there we see those gas canisters. The people covering their eyes, their mouths, their noses. These pepper balls impact all of the senses, and this is a big show that they're doing here. A big display of the less than lethal rounds. Visibility in Los Angeles.
On your own people. Those people in the National Guard, what a bunch of bastards. They can, stand up against this, Oh, what? Keep my job. That's all right. I'll fire on citizens. Yeah, it'd be fun, wouldn't it? You know. And you wonder why the Canadians, elbows up, don't want to visit the United States. California needs to do what Gavin Newsom said, or Newscum as Donald Trump calls him, and withhold the funding. No longer be that cash cow. Got to do it. Talk's cheap. It really is. If the people don't stand up against this, it's all very well saying this is violence, who can't do violence with violence. I'm sorry, you're not going to have any bloody choice. Either that, or everyone's going to end up in a bloody gulag somewhere. This is getting worse, not better. You're not at the precipice of this yet. This is going to be happening all over the country. I warned you. I've been telling you this for fucking months. Told you so. And so have many other people. I know you've been doing your protests and stuff like that, you know, your peaceful protests. I think it's gone past that now. You have to fight fair in the face. You have to. Just like the Ukrainian people are having to do. Fight fair in the face. You've got to get, yeah. What if they just lay down and just allowed, food-not-friendly protests against Putin? What do you think he's going to do? You know? Donald Trump is using Putin's and not Xi Jinping's, Kim Jong-un's playbook, isn't he? You know? He's a totalitarian. This is reactionary. It's in retaliation to what he says people be nasty to him, he says. Nasty. Boy, look, farmer. He's right, yes, that one is. But he's just, this is like playing war games for him. He's just moving pieces with his stick across his war table. That's what he's doing. What do you reckon? Please leave in the comments down below, and please hit the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. I just, it beggars belief, it really does, I think they'll be cutting these verges soon. Toodaloo! Don't forget, boot the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel or bell icon, because then you get a warm fuzz feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. And some people have said that they've been unsubscribed from this channel. I'm not surprised, because YouTube has got it in for me, it seems. Because I won't lie to you. They just want people to, follow their so-called rules. So much for so-called freedom of speech stuff if you ever really had it in the first place. And you've got Sports Channel on Patreon or buy us a coffee. There's also super thanks and stuff and that as well. But bear in mind, YouTube's greedy. Bloody well is. They take 30-odd%. They do. No one else does. Just YouTube. Bastards. Anyway, it's time for me to go. So toodaloo now. I might make another video. That might. Toodaloo.